Black supremacy is Nattyisisyah, and I just wanted to touch on the Africa Bombada situation because I feel like there's so much going on right now that to be focusing overly on a situation where men have kept it to themselves that they've been sexually molested for over 40 years. They're now in their 50s and 60s. These are old grown ass men, right, that have had a whole life to uh, decide how it is that they want to deal with their experiences, and should be able to help the future generations, right? No matter what you've been through, there everybody has the opportunity or has resilience inside of them that should be able to shine through and to manifest, no matter what your situation is, that you can leave for a future generation to not become quote unquote victims, or to become suppressed or oppressed by your experiences, right? And as somebody who is striving for Black supremacy and for Black liberation, we cannot let um, anything come in our way, anything stop us, anything lead us into weakness, and to further push on victimization onto a whole another generation, onto another person. I think that this Ronald Savage, for one, I find it very interesting that nobody in the House of Consciousness, that nobody so far in the conscious community is questioning whether this man is being paid off by COINTELPRO or whatever ABC organizations that they have in 2015, for, for the purposes of destroying the Black Messiah, the Black nation. I find it interesting that nobody is questioning whether this man is being paid off, because 40 years later, he's just now talking about this. And it's interesting also that a lot of our conscious leaders, conscious entertainers, whatever, what have you, whatever you want to call them, have passed away within the last 6 months. And a lot of people in the conscious community hold rap as something conscious. They line that up with whether your chakras are lit or not. They line up with whether which rap artist sang this song, as whether you are conscious or not. So of course African Babata is going to fit into that whole paradigm. And the fact that he is under this attack 40 years later, and nobody's questioning whether this is a greater attack on the Black conscious movement and the Black community, the Black nation as a whole. I find it interesting that all of a sudden everybody is boo-hooing and crying about a man that chose to stuff a dick in his mouth, right? And has probably been doing it for 40 years and probably is going to continue to do it. He doesn't sound like someone to me that is ashamed of having done that. He might look a little fucked up to a lot of you, but he doesn't sound like somebody who says, oh, I wish it's never happened to me, or I didn't want this to happen. He went on to continue to apparently get married for, I don't know, 1 to 17 years. I can't tell which one because that part of the story is very confusing. But also to go with that is that he's also some type of politician or running for politics. And we know that in politics, they like to take people down. So how can we disqualify that he has nothing to do with the FBI, the CIA, a greater plot, a greater agenda to tear down Black organizations, Black conscious movements, and the like. And you all who want to say that, oh, he's a pedophile, and just because he is he is ahead in the rap game, that doesn't give him any immunity for pedophilia, rape, or molestation. Well, You all are the ones that hold hip hop and the rap industry in such high esteem. So it seems like you all are kind of backtracking yourselves. You know, 1 minute rap is the shit, and but when it comes to your founders or your leaders being straight homos and fags, you know, y'all are ready to toss them out, toss them out with the bathwater, right? But you wonder why your new rappers and everything, that they're so soft and they're so fruity, right? Y'all should be representing. Y'all should be happy right now. Y'all should be happy that the game is coming clean, right? And as a matter of fact, I'm happy because now I can stop hearing about all this hip hop, all this rap shit, right? Because for me, for one, I didn't really used to like to listen to rap because I knew it was a bunch of bullshit, and I didn't like to hear about people killing black people all day, every day, when half of the shit I knew was fake. And then the other half is like, well, you know, why do I need to hear this right now? I was listening to actual conscious music when a lot of people were listening to their brothers and their sisters being bitches and hoes and getting shot and killed in the streets and their whole family being wiped out. Y'all were loving that shit. I don't understand how you all can like that, right? But you hear that somebody is a rapist and a homo and a child molester, and you're shocked. What are you shocked about? You love that type of shit. That is what, you know, just put that on a beat. Just African Bambaataa, putting a dick in his mouth, put that shit on a beat. I bet you'll love it. I bet you'll love it. And you know, that's where the music is gonna go anyways, if it hasn't already. I don't be listening to a lot of the Young Thugger or whatever, but I can't imagine that is not a theme in one of their songs that some of you are bumping to right now. So I think we definitely need to kind of move past this whole gay man soap opera, sit on my talk show, I'm a talk show host crap, right? And deal with real issues. That's why I'm probably going to call this video, would you suck another man's phallus to save your black brothers or sisters, right? Because it seems that that's where we're going. And I'm, if anybody's questioning whether they would do that or not, you're gay, you're homo, right? Because it shows that we have come to a point where instead of being able to stand and defend the black race, that some of you will actually get on your knees and suck a cop's dick, you know, so that he doesn't shoot you, right? As a man, right? That this is where that is coming to. When right now you should be like, okay, you know, we need you to stand up and man up, right? And we know you got it in you, right? Get past that shit and let's start defending the next, you know, ourselves right now. We're under attack right now. We don't have time to worry, to be crying about you choosing to go back and forth to put somebody's phallus in your face. We don't have time for that. And I mean, I've just seen this contradiction over the year lead up to this, because I've heard a lot of you say that, oh, you're not going to war with no homo, you don't want to be in no trenches with no faggot. But look at you bitch ass, oh my God, I don't even like talking like this, but look at y'all right now. Look at y'all right now. You all are, it would be better for you to go to war with a homo than to sit and have him crying in your lap. This man gonna boo-hoo until your dick end up in his mouth if you're not, if you keep on falling for this shit and you keep on falling. You know, this man held on to that shit for 40 years. If your father did this shit, something happened to him. He did, not even something happened to him. He chose to skip school, right? And he chose to go to a grown man's house. He went up in that room and watched the porno, right? Most people, if they cut school, they're not just, I need somewhere to go. They know, you know what the fuck, you know where you're gonna go, right? So even that part of you, he must have known. Come on. That, and at 17, 15, 16, 17, most people are consensual. We can't let this white supremacy tell us when it's consensual and when it's not consensual. Because the last time I checked, there are 13-year-olds being married to grown men in America, right? And it is legal, and it is consensual, and it is okay. So don't tell me about no grown ass man, right, that shoved somebody's phallus in his mouth, in his face, went back the next day, Nobody was holding him by any chains or any whips and telling him that he had to do this or else he couldn't. He wanted to be down, and he went all the way down, and he continues to go down from the sounds of it. And I don't know, maybe he wants to be down. Y'all better be careful. He might want to be down with some of you. He might want to be down with the House of Consciousness. He might want to be down with, you know, the entire anybody who will let him sit on their lap. So I'm thoroughly sickened by even hearing about what happened, right? And then all these other brothers coming out, and they all, at first I heard them speaking, and I thought that they were still 17 years old until I seen that these are grown ass men, right? But a lot of them are gay, and they were probably gay before African Bambaataa. They were probably gay, and you know, all this is alleged, because again, I can't rule out the whole them being paid off, you know, to launch this attack, right? And you can't exclude that, because you got Prince dying, you know, people in the conscious community rape Prince. You got all these people, you know, a lot of so-called conscious people that are passing away 2016 and, you know, late 2015, that have something to do with the whole music industry. So you can't rule out that this is an attack on African Bambaataa. It's, you know, are even greater than him. It's bigger than him. It's bigger than Ronald Savage. You know, we're dealing with a real beast right now that we gotta stay focused on. Don't y'all start boo-hooing about what he chose to do and what happened to him. The man went on to have a family and children. You know, embarrassing the hell out of them right now is what I would say, because he probably chose to be gay. And a lot of these gay men, they will get married and they will have children to play that shit off. So I'm not, you know, buying into the whole, oh, I didn't know why I did it. Nigga, you gay? You know why the fuck you did it. Everybody, we know why you did it. Okay? I know why you did it. But this is going to end my piece on the whole, would you suck another man's, would you suck a police officer's phallus to save your black brother and sister? If you would, you weak as fuck, you gay. Y'all need to stand up and man up, because that's gonna be what's coming next, okay? And I don't want to hear 40 years later that, oh, the police officer told me, you know. No, y'all need to deal with the real issues right now. Okay, this is 40 years ago. He sat on that shit for 40 years ago, and who knows? Tell us some other shit. Tell us what else you did. Tell us what else you chose to do. You know, he chose to do that. There's brothers and sisters being shot. They didn't have a choice whether to suck on that bullet. They didn't have a choice. Okay, so we need to get back focused and let Ronald, let him go and sell his books. You know, let him go run for politics or whatever. I mean, that's another thing. The conscious community, y'all want to get into politics so bad. Vote for Ronald Savage, mother. Vote for him. Y'all love that shit. Vote for him. Anyways, Black Supremacy. Join KingNobleBlackRulership.com and subscribe to King Noble's channel. Donate, and when it gets real, y'all know where we at. Black Supremacy is already real.